Hydroponic growers here in Florida have a choice of several different media when they're deciding upon which type of production system to go into. The fact is that the majority of our greenhouse vegetables and herbs grown hydroponically in the state of Florida actually use some type of soilless mix or soilless media. The advantage of a soilless material over the existing soil, especially here in Florida, is in relation to the fact that our soil might contain diseases and nematodes, and also in an individual field you will have variation in terms of drainage and water holding capacity of that particular soil. So if we can go to a uniform soilless media, we can eliminate all of those problems. And for sure we can eliminate the necessity of a pesticide targeted at the soil-borne organisms that are typically occur in our Florida soils. So because of that, we've gone to many options of soilless media here in Florida. All are very good, and we're looking for one or two primary factors when we choose a soilless media. One of those factors is that it must have the ability to hold moisture. It has to have good water holding capacity. And in addition to that, we want it to be able to have the physical structure such that it can provide plenty of air space for the roots of the crops that we're growing in that media. There are a number of options available to the growers, and there are examples of a few here. One example is a material known as Rockwool, and it's a basalt rock that's manufactured into strands and provided into either slabs or other kinds of materials to produce the crop in. This is coconut coir here, and coconut coir is a relatively new material that uses the ability to hold water and also to provide air to the crop. This is coconut coir examples here, both in a slab and also a chunk that we would break apart and put into a mix perhaps. The next one is one that's readily available here in North Florida and also in South Georgia. We have a huge pine timber industry, and one of the byproducts of that is pine bark. And in this case, this is composted and aged pine bark that makes an excellent media, very inexpensive and yet very effective. This is a mixture that has peat as one of the main ingredients, but also has other materials that can be added to it. These are typically known as the peat-based mixes, and they'll include other things like pine bark and vermiculite and maybe even some perlite in it. It's one of the materials that was originally used when the transition to soilless culture. The final one is a very versatile material known as perlite, and this container here has perlite in it. Comes in various grades and various forms, can be either used in an upright container or even a lay flat bag, and serves us very well. All of these have the main properties that we're looking for in a soilless mix. The ability to hold water and the ability to provide plenty of air to the crops that we're going to be growing hydroponically here in our Florida hydroponic industry.